My first sense of Frank's vision and strategy came from critical care. We were one of the first groups in the country probably to put into place a 24/7 program that involved intensivists looking after patients at the bedside. When I first came to Memorial, this was a new concept in the country. There were a few centers doing it, but I believe that Frank's vision really allowed us to see how that was going to become the standard of care across the country, or the desirable standard of care. And the group got instituted here in 2004. When I came over in 2009, the program was being rolled out to West after the success of the critical care program at Memorial Regional Hospital, paving the ground to allow a top-notch neurocritical care program to develop at Memorial. Vascular surgery, bariatric surgery, all those services are really supported by having top-notch critical care, and I think that's something that's unique to our organization. Frank's sense of vision and Frank's sense of overall strategy really formed the basis of all these services coming together at Memorial to provide patient-first care. One of the things that has always impressed me about our organization is that there's always a master plan. Frank is the ultimate strategist. His sense of vision is what's brought us here today, and it hasn't brought us here today as a final destination. It's brought us to where we are on the road to success into the future.
The first time that I met Frank was on my interview day, and he was the last of my interviews after a very long day of interviewing with all the senior VPs of the health system. And I walked into his office, and the first question he asked me was, "What is the most important thing in your life?" And I was nervous. I said family, and he seemed to accept that as an okay answer, but said that really the word that he'd been looking for was integrity. And then he proceeded to speak with me over the next 10 minutes about what integrity meant for him personally in his life, but also what it meant in the context of Memorial Healthcare System. And we chatted a little more, and as a final question, he asked me to list 3 things that I was going to be bringing to the Office of Human Research. And I listed whatever 3 things in my nervous state, and he looked at me incredulously and said, "We just sat here speaking for 10 minutes about integrity, and you didn't mention that word." And I looked at him and said, "Frank, integrity is a part of who I am. It goes without saying." And the story from Dr. Marks goes that he walked into Stan's office and said, "Hire her." I was now sitting in my first budget meeting, and initially the Office of Research was scheduled to be 4 or 5 people overseeing the research at Memorial. And Frank, in about 30 seconds, changed all of that. He looked at Dr. Marks, he looked at myself, and he said to both of us, "Nope, we're centralizing research under Candy. You think you can do it?" And I said, "Absolutely." And so I wanted to say thank you to Frank, not only for his vision of bringing research here to Memorial as a service that we can offer our patients, but also for believing in me. And not only is there research for our patients, but there is research with integrity.
Frank, I wanted to thank you for giving us the opportunity to be at Memorial Healthcare System, for always seeing the potential of the great things that are achievable in Memorial, and for allowing us to work in such a fantastic environment and to do what we do to deliver patient care.
We wish you both luck and love in your future together with your family, which I still think is the most important thing.